Okay, I glued it down into my shirt and now it looks like this. It looks really cute. So now I've got the shirt done. A lot of kids I know in the past, they will be very creative and they will take and they'll say, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make buttons down my shirt. And maybe besides buttons, I might want to add candy canes to my jacket just to make it super festive, like a really cute little elf, okay? So now we've got this, our jacket, well, we need arms and legs. So now what comes in handy is our red paper. So again, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna need 2 strips for our legs and then 2 strips for our arms. Well, we want our legs to be longer, so our legs are going to go this lengthwise. And then our arms are actually gonna go this way. So you might say, how is that all gonna work? Well, watch this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do our legs first. What I'm gonna do is I like to go ahead and again, fold it over. I'm gonna do my legs about 1 inch thick. And a good way to measure an inch is, my thumb is about the right size. Yours might be a little small. So take your nail to the right on your thumb and say, okay, that's about 1 inch. So what I like to do is I go here on this side and say, this is about the same. I go here on this side and say, this is the same. And now I bend it over and then I again don't crease until I notice that my thumbs are right kind of holding it down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and crease. The good news is it doesn't have to be perfect because I'll show you why in a minute. Now I'm going ahead and I'm making this crease. Well, I wanna make my arms be about the same width. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it over on this side. I'm now going to fold the paper like this. So now I can crease it again, right, making sure everything matches up first, like this. And so the only reason I did that is because I wanted 2 legs that are about the same length. And I thought that would be a good way for me to get them about the same length. Because guess what I have to do now? All I have to do is, and they'll be about the same width, they'll be exactly the same length, but is cut on my creases. So I'm gonna do that now so that I can create some cute looking legs. So now the way I creased it, like I said, will make the legs be approximately the same width. And then that's just, again, a good way to measure so that your legs will look super cute and even. So I cut down my one diagonal line like that. And I'm sorry, not diagonal, my straight line. And then I'm going to do my other one just right on the crease. And that's going to get me a super nice long leg. There we go. That is going to be cute. All right. Now, so it's all right. Looks like a cute little leg, but I want to make it even cuter. And this is a cute way to do it. Is I'm going to fold it over like this and make a little crease, and I'm going to keep folding. And the only reason I'm going to do this is because then it's going to kind of make it like an accordion, and you'll see it'll make it look cuter, and plus if I didn't do it completely even, it'll kind of not show because this will kind of hide my cutting a little bit. And so I'm going to just crease it, and you'll just see I'm just making big creases in it, folding it over and over and over so that when I open it up, now I got a nice little leg. Well, we need 2 legs, so we're going to do the same thing for this one where we're creasing it as well. And I crease this way, and then I go backwards, and then I go frontwards, and then I go backwards, and then I go frontwards and backwards all the way down again, just to make a really cute elf leg. Frontwards, backwards, frontwards, and I'm done. I'm at the end. So there we go. I'm going to attach it a little bit, and there we go. And because of the way we set it up, now they look pretty even when it's actually just kind of squished up a little bit, and they look pretty cute. And if they're not quite even, that's okay. That's fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my feet and I'm going to attach them to the bottom. Now, make sure when you attach them, you're going to want your pointing, the sandal, the shoe going out on both sides. You're going to want it out on our right side, and then you're going to want it going out on this side as well, where I just got, let me see, here we go. So that they are going to, once they're attached, look like this. Some years we've gotten it mixed up and people have had their feet turning in, which isn't horrible, but if this is the way we'd like it to be set up, so like kind of candy cane hooks going outward. So I'm going to grab my glue stick that I had got in the beginning, and I'm going to go ahead and glue my feet on like that. So again, we're going to have them pointing in opposite directions. So I'm going to glue one on, and I'm going to glue the next on. And then just to double check before this glue dries, I'm going to hold them up and say, okay, does that make sense? And it does. They look good. So now I've got two little legs. So now I can go ahead so I can start getting my, not losing parts, getting my body all together. I'm going to take my one little leg and I'm going to attach it to the back of my jacket. And then I'm going to take my other leg and again attach it to the back of the jacket. We attach to the back of the jacket so you can't see the line. And it makes it a little cuter. Well, I want my legs to be nice and long, so I'm actually going to attach it pretty darn close to the edge. And, you know, I want them kind of, I'm going to make my jacket hang out over a little bit so I don't make my legs too, I'm not going to put them too far apart. So I didn't put them exactly at the edges, but I put them kind of about an inch in, if you'll see. So now this is what I've got so far. And we're looking good, aren't we? Okay, so now we get to the arms. Here we go. So we're going to use that same red paper for our arms. So we did our arms one way, and now we want our arms to be a little shorter than what our legs were. Well, we actually now have cut into our paper a little bit. So now we can decide how we want to do our arms. I'm thinking that we actually could fold the paper in half and then open it up and then cut it down so that we can make arms this way. So that way we'll have as long as arm as possible. So I'm going to do that now. I folded mine in half, what I have remaining of the paper. So I did the legs first just so that they were super long and cute. And now we're going to do our little arms. So now I've got my paper like this. I've cut it in half. And now I'm going to I have a square, so I'm going to match my edges and I'm going to fold it so that it's in half. I'm going to match now this edge. I'm going to fold over. And the only reason I'm doing this is it's my technique of trying to get nice straight lines. So now I've got two like this. And I'm thinking, well, that looks like a cute arm. So I think I'm going to do them right about that width. So now that I've folded and folded, I have two creases. That will help me get a straight arm. So let's go ahead and cut out our arms. I'm going to cut one right here. And then I'm going to cut my other one right here. And I'm going to do the best I can to make them nice and straight and even. They're going to be a little bit thicker than my legs, but you know what? That's what I'm thinking would look cute. So this is the part you can improvise, kind of do your own thing and figure what you like and show your artistic ability. Okay, mine are nice and trimmed up now. So now I've got two kind of arms. And now what I'm going to do before I attach them to my body, I'm going to go ahead and grab my mittens. And again, we have thumbs. So you're going to want your thumbs facing outward. So I'm going to go ahead. You're going to want them facing different directions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them, I like to do it like this so that you can't see the line. So I'm going to take my front mitten and I'm going to put a teeny bit of glue right at the edge and put it way up to the edge of the arm so that now I have one arm like this. There you go, cute little arm. And then I'm going to do my other one the same way. But before I do it, I'm going to say, wait a minute, let me make check because I want the thumbs opposing and I want them on the back. So, okay, now I'm ready to glue the second one because they're now opposing. They're facing opposite directions. So then I'm going to glue this on right on the edge again just so it looks even cuter. And now I've got my two arms. So now I'm going to take my arms and I'm going to want to attach them to my body that I've got so far. Well, I like to kind of have my arms holding my body. So this is where it gets not tricky, but it might look different, is that look how I'm going to glue it on. I'm going to, one, glue it in a slant so the arms are bending down. And two, notice that this is the part that I said, oh, I don't want to show that. Well, why is it here? It's here because we're going to fold it like this where he's going to be holding his jacket. So I like to kind of set it up before I glue because then I kind of know, all right, how is this going to look? And so if you notice that now I'm going to go and I'm going to fold this in and say, okay, I kind of like that the way it is. I like the height and he's holding his jacket. And so I'm taking the the part that I didn't want to show is facing out because I'm folding it in. And now what I'm going to do is put a little glue on back of here. So are we ready? Let me do that. And I already figured out, like I said, I looked at it to say, where do I like the height? And I put it right where I like it. So I like that. I think it's super cute. So now I just have to crease this so that his arm doesn't flip-flop around. So then let's crease really well like this. Okay, so now I want my arms. I don't know. I think it's cute that they're going to kind of be holding hands, each other's hand, but I want to make sure they're even. So what I like to do is I like to look at the back and fold it, and I say, okay, again, oh, this is the part that I don't want to show, so it's going to be facing out, and the part I do want to show is facing the back. Does that make sense? And I'm going to take this and I'm going to say, hey, all right, it's about here, and I'm going to line it up like this before I glue, because now I'm like, oh, I got them pretty even. It looks pretty even. And now I could do a good job gluing. And I know that they're going to actually probably look really cute when they're glued on. So I'm going to leave it exactly where I put it. Now I'm going to glue it on. And now we've got this, right? And they're glued like this. The part I want showing is actually facing the back. I flip it over again. And now, oh, yep, let's go ahead and we're going to cross our arms and we're going to fold it down. There we go. Fold it down. And there he goes. Oh, he's holding his belly, kind of like jolly old Saint Nick. There we go. Now, oh, is he missing something? Yeah, he's missing a head. So let's put our body aside. And this is where the part where you're either going to get your head or you're going to get your photograph that maybe your teacher had printed out for you. So if you have a photograph, get your photograph. If you have your head, get your head. If you have a head, you're going to pause the video now and you're going to draw in your face, just as a hint to make a symmetrical face, meaning that it looks the same and is even on both sides. Is that the best thing you could do is take your face, match it up, fold it in half, and now you've got a line of symmetry, which means it's cutting it exactly in half. And now you can go ahead and take your pencil, and then that way you can kind of get a good idea of getting the eyes like right in the right spot so you know that they're going to be even. So go ahead and draw in your face. Okay, now that you've drawn in your face and you unpause the video, now you're going to take your face and you're going to now get to glue on your hat. So hopefully your face is a little smiley, really cute elf face. Mine I didn't quite finish yet, but I'll finish it later. And now I'm going to glue on my hat. So I'm going to say, okay, I left enough room for the hat. I'm going to glue on the hat onto my face. There we go, like this. Now, if you had your photograph that you're going to use, kind of like mine right here, Sebi, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to match that up on my hat and glue the hat right onto my photograph. So it looks like this and it looks super cute. So either way, you either have this or you have your own drawn in hat. Either one is super cute and super awesome. Now the last final touch, so you're going to take your face and you're going to glue it right to your body. So you kind of even up and you can glue it just like that. And you've already drawn in your face. And now you have your whole elf and your elf body, your elf application inside. If you did your photograph, and even if you didn't do a photograph yet, and you want to do a photograph later, you can always do it. It's just a 5x7 close-up of your face that you can have printed out. And if you did a photograph, it looks more like this, and it looks a little bit more personalized to you. So now you want to go back, and if you haven't already, you want to color your hat, and you want to color your shoes, and you want to color your gloves. Now the very, very most final part that we can do today, and I left it all the way back here, is if you happen to have cotton balls, you can add them to your hat now, just like this.